Are you there? I don't know.
It's coming
Starting
soon.
soon. No, it isn't coming. Oh, there we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to OSD Go Live Episode 3. For those of you who have tuned in with us before, you may know that I am Diane Provito, the Assistant Superintendent of Oceanside School District. And right here to my left is the wonderful guest reader, School 6 Principal Julie McGahan. Hi, everybody. We are so excited that you are here joining us. We're hoping that this is streaming live as we speak. We wait a few minutes for it to just coincide with the filming. So, as you can see today, we have a very special event planned for you. It is the holiday season, and we're so excited that you're giving us the gift of welcoming us into your home so that we could share a wonderful and magical book with you. And before we begin, we did want to give a few shout outs. Last OSD Go Live, which took place in the wonderful home of Mr. Capone, School 2 Principal, we had some very special guests who gave us a quick little shout out on that side board on the screen. You can do that throughout today's video as well. If you would like to communicate with us, please write a little message and we will be looking at it as the reading goes. We do want to give a great big shout out to Zoe Napolitano, Ben and Libby Seltzer, and of course the Keegan family. They were all watching last event and they all contacted us after to say hello and tell us that they thought it was a thumbs up reading. So we thank you and we look forward to giving a few more shout outs throughout this showing. So now I'd like to turn over today's OSD Go Live to my friend and wonderful principal, Julie McGahan.
Thank you, Mrs. Burrito. So welcome and happy holiday season. I think that we all feel the same way about living in a place as wonderful and diverse as Oceanside, where during the holiday season, we're very aware of the diverse and varied cultures and religious beliefs that we all have and that we get to share across the community. One thing that we have in common, however, is our belief in ourselves. And I chose today's book, Moonball, because it's really a story about believing in yourself and the power of believing in yourself. So I'm going to come just a little closer so that you can see the pictures as I read.
Miss McGahan, before you read, we want to give a great big welcome to the Kletters. Nice to see you, Amelia and Simon. And the Stromers are here. Welcome the Stromers from School 6 and School 5. Okay, we're going to go ahead and keep monitoring the sidebar to see wonderful people like Julia and Jack Jacobs and the DeFrancesco family. Chloe and Ellen are here. While the book reading is going, I certainly might share some of your thoughts about the book. But for now, let's begin.
Wonderful. The afternoon, the moon came out early, hanging over the field like a pop fly. Danny Brower struck out again. Round-faced and grinning, the pitcher threw his glove into the air in the cheering of his team. They called Danny names like Hitless Wonder and Danny the Whiffer, while Danny's own teammates groaned. No one talked to him when he came back to the bench, not even his coach. In a way, Danny was glad. If anyone had said something the least bit nice, he might have cried. He trudged home alone, his glove snuggled under his arm. The memory of jeers and catcalls echoed in his ears. No one in his family had come to the game this time. Danny went up to his room and lay on his bed for a long, long time, not sleeping, just watching the moon round the bases of the sky. He remembered every single game he had ever played. Just once, he thought, just once, I wish I could hit the ball. He felt tired, as if he had played the game all by himself. Tired, but not sleepy. And then, outside, night's field beckoned. All at once, Danny floated, glove in hand, out the open window to play baseball with the All-Stars. They greeted him like an old friend. Dan the man, called Orion. My boy, Dipper cried. The Gemini twins gave him a high five. Rigga laughed and blew him a kiss. just like his Aunt Alice, who had played in the Miners, and the rest of the All-Stars cheered. "Let's do it," came an angry voice. It was Moon, his round white face perspiring. His team, the Orbits, echoed him. "Let's get started," they called, taking the field. They threw the ball around the infield. Slip, slap, went their gloves. The base paths glowed. "Play ball," cried Moon, and the game began in earnest.
Mrs. McGahan, I want to interrupt the reading for just one moment and let you know that we have joining us Kaylee and Reese Simpkins, the Chasen, Lanzetta, and Cipriano families.
Hi, everyone.
Charlotte Duffy, Annie Carter, the Vides family, and Reggie Henry is listening intently.
Hi.
He loves your story and the concept of the baseball story.
Great, wait till you see what happens next. Ursa hit the first pitch smartly and got to second, flashing to the bag like a meteor to earth. Aries singled her to third. A sharp bunt by Andromeda filled the bases, and then it was Danny's turn. Danny trudged to the plate, the bat heavy on his shoulder. "No hitter," sneered Moon. "What a whiffer," called the shortstop. Danny knew they were right. He started to turn, started to go back to the bench, but Wriggle was behind him whispering, "Eye on the ball is all." Aunt Alice said that too. She said it was the most important advice she herself had ever gotten. Danny nodded and smiled weakly at Wriggle. He gave the bat a few practice swings, then squeezed his eyes down to slits. He watched Moon pick up the resin bag. Moon passed the bag back and forth between his big hands. Sparks of light like twinkling stars shook loose. Then Moon dropped the bag, picked up the ball, reared back and threw. The ball streaked toward Danny fast as a comet. He closed his eyes, swung hard, and missed. "No hitter," Moon laughed. It was not a nice laugh. He wound up for his second pitch. This time, the ball came in slow. Danny blinked, swung again, and again he missed. Moon said nothing. He did not have to. Danny already knew what Moon was thinking. Moon wound up and threw the third pitch. It was a slider. Suddenly, Wriggle's voice sang out clear. "Eye on the ball is all." And this time, Danny kept his eyes open, watching the ball all the way. As it came closer, it was a sphere, an orb, a planet. It was big and round and beautiful. He could even see its seams. Danny swung hard. And connected! The bat made a sound like thunder when it hit. His hands stung with the power of it. "Run, Danny, run!" cried Wriggle. Moon threw his glove down in disgust. Danny watched the ball streak across the sky, falling to the far side of Earth. A home run. Danny ran and ran around the bases. First, then second. He heard the All-Stars cheer loud and louder. All of a sudden, they went quiet, like the moment right before sleep. "Eye on the ball," Danny thought to himself. That really is all. He blew a kiss to Wriggle as he ran. Then he rounded third and floated on home to home plate. And do you know, it was as soft as his own bed, and just somehow just as familiar. And that is the end of Moonball by Jane Yolen. I hope you all like this book as much as I do. It's one of my all-time favorites. Who else has joined us today, Mrs. Provito? I have a big hello to Trevor and Mally McGahan, the Saxton family. Hi, everyone. The Rosen family. Hi, Taylor and Hunter. What does it say? Michaela Maps and her brother Owen, Rebecca and Aaron Blound. Hello, everybody.
And we also have over here joining us Gavin Kowalowski, We are just so thrilled. Each and every one of you have been expressing how much you're enjoying this reading by Mrs. McGahan and how much you love her. We love her too. She is pretty special, we have to say. This is just so wonderful for us as we hope it was for you. There's nothing better during the holiday season and at any time of the year than sharing a good book together. So we hope that we were able to inspire you to read another one before tonight's bedtime, or to use this one as your bedtime story and maybe read that book again another time soon. It is the holiday season, and while you're on vacation break, please go ahead and do a whole bunch of reading. Give that gift to your family, and maybe if you'd like, post what you're reading and photos of that on Twitter's site, which is at OsdGoRead. We'd love to see what our families are reading during the holiday season. So, Mrs. McGahan, that was pretty cool.
Thank you. And speaking of family, I have a couple of visitors who'd like to say hello to everybody.
That would be great.
Guys, come on in. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Get in there.
Say hi.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
So, the McGahans have welcomed us in the most lovely of ways. As I've shared with you before, this is actually the McGahan home with, of course, Mr. McGahan. And you want to introduce yourself?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Lucy.
And this is
Jackson.
Jackson. And they were pretty terrific tonight, listening intently and letting us go ahead and do this reading. Thanks for welcoming us. We had a blast.
Thank you for having us in your homes for tonight's Read Aloud. Have a wonderful holiday season.
Happy holiday, everyone.
Happy holidays,
holidays.
OSD, go read.
everybody.
Bye.